welcome, hopefully, back to the White House kitchen, where it kind of looks like we had an explosion of ingredients. So what we have here, I'm going to turn it. Also, I need to tell you, this is a very well-loved scale. It gets used every day. It's got like permanent rings on it, scratches, like it's well-loved. I just put in, I'm brain dead sometimes, new batteries so I can see the screen. So when the batteries start to die, your screen will get dimmer. Okay, so what I'm getting ready to do is tiered it, and then I went to the wrong unit. So it starts on ounces, then it goes to pounds, then it goes to grams. I use grams so often that I went straight to grams like a moron. I'm doing half of my usual amount of cheesecake oats. I say cheesecake oats. It's like protein cheesecake. The oats are only typically added because I don't. A mousse is nice, but without the oats, you will have a more moussey texture. With the oats, it's a little bit more like the cheesecake texture. It's like an in-between. So, with me doing half the amount, because I have half a block of cream cheese, I have more than that in the stash, but I need to use that before it turns green. Hopefully it's not green yet. Anyway, we're gonna go with 5 ounces of milk. I have already put in 20 grams of rolled oats. I'll show you here in a second. With that 20 grams of rolled oats, there we go, 515, it'll work. I blended them. I pulsed them for 4 or 6 seconds-ish. Here we are. Rolled oats. I'm using almond milk. You can use whatever regular milk you like or your stomach can handle. I'm using that one because 1, I need to, and 2, it actually cuts some calories off of this. Now, if you do not have the Pampered Chef cooking blender, I would suggest, or you know, a really, really awesome one, that you let your cream cheese soften. It's not green. I'm checking it. Before you add it, I usually, well, it depends. I do not always plan ahead. I definitely didn't plan that explosion of milk up in my face. Okay. My apron needs to be cleaned anyway. All right, a little trash can right there. We have our block of cream cheese. We're gonna tear this out again, although I don't know that it matters for this, but since I'm doing half, I usually do 2 of these containers. I think I just got that in my hair. It's 4 scoops, typically, of protein powder, but I'm gonna do 2, which is 62 grams. My hand's a little bit wet, I'm trying to dry it off. So I'm gonna go back, I'm gonna go to grams again on my own. Going down the only road. Okay, here we are. And since it's 62 grams, and I know that by weight, then I don't have to necessarily worry about getting a full scoop or not a full scoop, or guesstimating what I'm adding. Well, it was 31 perfectly, and it was not a full scoop. Okay, here we are. We're almost there. Now, I blend this on smoothie, and usually 1 round is good enough to get it smooth. We got 65 grams. We're good. It's okay. Got a little extra protein in these. When this gets all done and married and smooth, pourable, I go into these little cup jars. Cup jars. I have 4 out. I typically do 6. I'm really not sure exactly how much it'll do, so I think 4 is probably good for the week. Where is my scraper towel? Probably in the dishwasher. That's the way I roll. Apparently it's in the other dishwasher. My apologies. We're walking off camera. Oh, you know which scraper I need? Nah, it'll be okay. You can no longer get this, but we have like the little mini mix and scrape. That's the Shizity, Shiznickety, and others are scoop. Mix and scoop, mix and, I think it's mix and scrape. I'm doing 1 whole container of this. Now, I can't find a big one in my area of the Oikos Pro, if I'm saying that right. It's 20 grams of protein. I'm just trying to up my protein where I can, because typically if I'm not paying attention or trying to get in more protein, then of course I won't, and it'll be like a sad, sad amount. Like the standard American diet, speaking of sad. Okay, a little bit off the top. We're gonna bang bang it right here on the door, baby. We're not knocking a little louder, sugar, because you don't need to hear it loud. Okay. One more time, and then we're going to blend her. And then we got to get, because I got to pour this before the pudding starts to set, which makes it thicker. Now, if you're making these and you're dying to eat some, you can, but I would suggest you wait a couple of hours to let your flavors completely get married. Love and marriage. We're on grams, so I need 20 grams instead of my usual 40. It's about 10 grams per serving. Serving kind of being relative. I'm going to split this into 4 because I don't eat as much at one time. I do love, you could top these for more protein if you have like a favorite protein bar you want to do. You could do some of the Lily's chocolate chips if you're trying not to get too many carbs and sugar. You could do some nuts for crunch. I'm trying to think. You could also do different flavors. So the flavor I'm doing right here, come on, is white chocolate because it's a semi kind of plain flavor that anything goes with. So I can do like my cooked apples we did for apple bread last week. I could top it with some strawberries. I'd cook some down so they wouldn't go bad as fast. You could do chocolate chip cookie like we made yesterday. All the different things. Message me the word cheesecake to be entered into this month's giveaway. I'm telling you that now because we're fixing to see, it's very well loved. We're fixing to turn this on smoothie, and it's going to be loud for about a minute, but I'm going to come back over there and talk to you and then let you go. So smoothie. Now remember, with anything that is, I'm going to need that again. I don't know why I put it up. Anything that is thick, sometimes we'll get an air bubble. I got to scrape down the sides a little bit, so we'll hold. And I'll show you this as I scrape down the sides because I think my protein powder kind of went up. Remember, message me the word cheesecake, and that will enter you into this month's giveaway. Because as soon as this is ready, y'all, I need to, here's what I'm talking about. I need to show you this. So it's kind of dry. Whoops. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Turn this way. It's like a mirror. I'm scraping down the sides because the protein kind of went up on it earlier and they were a little bit wet because of my sloshiness. Usually, I don't plop in cream cheese on top of my milk and make a mess up the sides. So I'm pretty sure that's the reason we kind of have this weird situation right here. Most of the time. Oh, and we have an air bubble. So you heard it. Now it's sinking. Hopefully you saw that. So sometimes when you have a thicker mixture, like when I do my corn dip, I might have to pop down the, dadgummit, Mario Brothers, pop the air bubble so that it can continue mixing. Now, if you have a metal spoon or something you're doing that with, or, you know, scraping, don't bang your spoon on the glass because it could break, especially if you got a super handled metal spoon. I might have broke one and had to get another one. Okay, so we're going to blend this. Remember, message me the word cheesecake for our prep-ins. Manic Monday, I'm pretty sure we're going to be getting things ready for a sweet potato corn chowder because I want to make one for my mom. It is so good. See, it's mixing. It's mixing. It's dancing. Anyway, I just do smoothie. Sometimes if you're doing a big batch, you might want to do smoothie twice with a little scrape down in between. Kind of like cookies, I like to scrape it down and make sure everything gets in there. Now for cheese sauce, most of the time, you'll have your cheese all melt down. It's almost perfect, so I'll open it and show you. So sorry you have to listen to this for a minute. Anyway, remember, do not forget, message me the word cheesecake. You can go now and come back. And that will enter you into this month's giveaway. We have Tune-In Tuesdays on Tuesdays at 7 p.m. So Pampered Chef goes live every stinking Tuesday at 7 p.m. October 15th is a super special one because our founder, Doris Christopher, will be on. Just trying to give you some extra nuggets. And I was mixing in the chunks, and I don't really care. I'm going to pour this anyway. But I do want to show you how smooth it is. So it'll go, I'll pour it in. It's usually pretty smooth. And Ooh, it's so good. It's so good, y'all. I can't even tell you. So whatever flavor, like if you wanted a s'more and you have our s'mores packet, you could add it. Remember, that's going to add carbs. You could do some like the golden grahams or some graham cracker with some toasted marshmallow goodness and some chocolate and make almost like a s'mores top cheesecake. Or you could do that on the bottom if you wanted to. Put a little crust in there and pour this on top. But I for real do need to let you go. Tune in Tuesdays, every Tuesday at 7 p.m. Pampered Chef also does giveaways, so I'd love for you to get in on mine and Pampered Chef's. If you need a link, let me know. Otherwise, you can go to pamperedchef.com and just click live events and register right there for the Zoom. When you register, you'll also get the replay, whether you attend or not. You'll get the replay with the recipes. I'll let y'all go. Faux shizzle, mama nizzle, and get this poured up. Hopefully, I will see you tomorrow. I think we'll be probably using the mandolin and I'm sure other tools to get our ingredients prepped for a sweet potato corn chowder to make for my mom. And then I'm thinking we're going to have beer bread sometime this week. Anyway, love you guys. Hopefully, I will see you tomorrow.